c'est de valoriser ce capital humain pour qu'il devienne de l'informel au formel et pour que ce capital humain qui est sur le sol africain soit pleinement révélé et se révèle dans les clubs et les équipes africaines et n'ait pas à s'exporter à l'autre bout du monde pour créer de la richesse. Et vous imaginez, si on fait croître, si on aide à croître le produit intérieur brut du continent africain, ce qu'on veut faire, ce que vous allez faire avec ces investissements conjoints, et si dans le même temps, on arrive à révéler ce que doit représenter le sport de 0,5% à 2% du PIB, c'est une vraie révolution qui est créatrice de richesse. Et là-dessus, nous, on est prêts à vous aider de manière toute particulière, d'abord par les investissements qu'on fait, qu'on veut faire, que vont faire l'AFD, nos partenaires avec nous et toutes nos entreprises, et par la structuration de cette filière sport. Il y a 10 ans, je n'étais pas président, et même 11 ans maintenant, j'étais ministre de l'économie. Et en France, on n'avait pas structuré cette filière. Et on a lancé, il y a 10 ans, on a fini, cette feuille de route de la filière sport en France. Ce qui a permis de nous améliorer et d'exporter beaucoup plus. Olivier Ginon, qui est là aujourd'hui, qui était déjà patron de GL Events, a structuré cette filière pour nous. Il a fait ce travail avec tous les partenaires. Et en 10 ans de temps, on a créé beaucoup plus d'emplois dans notre pays. Et tous nos acteurs de la filière sport se sont exportés beaucoup mieux. Ce qu'on veut au fond faire, c'est faire un transfert d'expertise et se dire, on est prêt à vous dire comment on a fait pour vous aider à le faire. On a commencé les discussions avec le Sénégal, président, et je sais que ça a bien avancé. Donc, si on peut aider le Sénégal comme laboratoire, je connais mon frère William Ruto, il va me dire tout de suite si je dis avec le Sénégal, nous on veut le faire avec le Kenya. Et j'ai un autre frère là, le président Boko, qui va me dire, chiche, on le fait aussi avec le Botswana. Mais c'est au fond de se dire comment on vous aide à structurer ces filières pour créer beaucoup plus de richesse, de valeur et permettre à vos sportifs d'être pleinement reconnus, de mieux gagner leur vie et de la gagner sur le continent africain. Voilà ma conviction. Donc, au fond, le sport, c'est au croisement de l'éducation, de la santé et de la croissance. Donc, il faut y aller à fond.
On y va à fond. Le message est vraiment passé and the time is absolutely now. So, like His Excellency President Macron just said, when we invest in sport, we invest in people. When we invest in people, we invest in our future. Thank you very much. And to conclude, allow me to now turn to you, Your Excellency President Ruto, because we've mentioned it, we are really standing in the home of sports legend. Earlier today, we had Eliud Kipchoge right here on the stage. We've seen, and I live in London, we've seen what Sebastian Sawe accomplished just a few days ago. But I want to say as well that your country breaks many records, notably in tech and finance. This is the home of M-Pesa as well. We've got Equity, we've got KCB. They're helping millions of customers every year. So I want to ask you, Excellency, can we make sport as powerful an economic engine as tech and finance? And what is your commitment to making this transition a reality?
Thank you very much, President Macron, my good brother Boko, President of Botswana, President Faye, friends. Good afternoon, or is it good evening, and welcome to the Nairobi University. Just so that you know, Nairobi University is my alma mater. I came here first day, 14th of July 1987. I stepped in those grounds there and registered myself as a student here. I have been a student ever since. I did my undergrad here, I did my postgraduate here, I did my PhD here, and therefore this is home. So welcome home to all of you who are coming here. Secondly, I had Mokhtar. He said he played for his country. Mokhtar, I didn't make it to play for my country, but I was in the of Nairobi University. So I tried. But I am greatly honored to join you for this very important dialogue on the commercialization of sports and its growing to drive economic transformation, innovation, and opportunity across our continent, not just in Kenya. Africa today is the youngest continent on earth. more than 1 billion Africans are below the age of 35. That is not simply a statistic. It is a historic opportunity. An opportunity to build one of the world's most dynamic sports economies. And I'm happy that we are discussing sports and money and economies. An opportunity to turn talent into enterprise, passion into prosperity, and potential into real power. Sports can no longer be viewed merely as a recreation or for competition purposes. Today, President Macron, in the morning, went for a competition with Eliud Kipchoge. He didn't.
I lost.
And by the way, I have heard Boko, and he has said correctly that if you want relay, please find your way to Botswana. And if you want good football, find your way to Senegal. But if you want real good international world-class athletics, this is the place where history is made. This is the place where the first man on earth has run marathon under 2 hours. Sebastian, we're very proud of Sebastian Sawe. I mean, a man who went to school in a school, primary school called Jaukta Primary School. Many of you will not know where Jaukta is, but he has made history. Today, sports is industry. Sports is infrastructure. Sports is investment. Sports is culture, diplomacy, technology, tourism, and, of course, jobs. Across the world, sports generates billions of dollars every year through broadcasting, infrastructure, manufacturing, entertainment, tourism, technology, and talent development. Africa must not stand at the margins of this global industry. Africa must stand at its center. That is why Kenya has deliberately positioned sports as a pillar in our bottom-up economic transformation agenda, because we recognize that it can unlock enterprise, livelihoods, national competitiveness, and of course, hope amongst millions of our young people. As the gateway to East and Central Africa, Kenya brings together two very unique advantages. Number one, our globally celebrated identity as the home of champions. And I say that. And our internationally recognized high-altitude training environment, which continues to attract elite athletes and institutions from around the world. If you go to my hometown in Eldoret, you will find everybody running from every part of the world, but they never beat Kenyans. This advantage is strengthened by something even more powerful: a youthful, innovative, digitally connected generation that is positioning Kenya not only as a global talent incubator, but as an emerging hub for sports media, technology, wellness, tourism, entertainment, and high-performance industries. The home of M-Pesa is right here. We were told earlier today that 1.2 billion people in this continent and abroad use mobile money transfer. Invented where? In Kenya. From our experience, Africa's future lies in building integrated sports ecosystems supported by harmonized priorities and policies, private sector participation, regional partnerships, and sustainable financing. That's why my good friend Macron here comes through as a partner. The time has come not only to produce talent, but to build African-owned sports economies that create African prosperity. Across Africa, governments are increasingly recognizing that sports infrastructure must serve purposes beyond ceremonial use. A stadium, for example, cannot remain idle 6 days a week. An arena cannot survive on applause alone once in a while. A modern sports infrastructure must function as an integrated commercial ecosystem, bringing together sports, hospitality, retail, media production, conferencing, recreation, and digital broadcasting while generating revenue, attracting investment, creating jobs, and stimulating economies. It has to be an ecosystem. In Kenya, that future is already taking shape here in East Africa. In preparations for APCON 2027, and you've heard President Motsepe say this, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, under the Pamoja Partnership, are making transformative investments in sports infrastructure. Right here in Nairobi, we are developing the Talanta Sports City, not stadium, city, anchored by the world-class Raila Odinga Sports Stadium, alongside state-of-the-art training facilities, hospitality, infrastructure, commercial spaces, including media production centers and smart mobility systems. And aside from this, we are also upgrading 2 other stadia, Kasarani and Nyayo International Stadium, while constructing county stadia, regional academies, and high-performance training centers across the country. My good friend Motsepe came to sign off on some of our infrastructure projects that we are developing to facilitate the hosting of AFCON. And apart from these 3 I have mentioned, we are building another 27 stadia across Kenya. And when I say stadia, I'm not talking about a running track. I am talking about a whole ecosystem, one that has entertainment joints, one that has recreational facility, one that has film studio, one that has creative economy spaces, one that has a whole ecosystem, ICT hubs, G2Me labs, where young people can access digital jobs. So we are building a whole ecosystem around sports because our ambition is not simply to host tournaments. Our ambition is to build an ecosystem. We are also positioning Nairobi as one of Africa's leading creative and entertainment capitals through investment in audiovisual infrastructure, film incentives, digital monetization systems, affordable creative studios, and partnerships that cement and connect African creatives to global markets. Let me conclude this by saying we are also advancing this vision. Kenya recently signed an agreement with Zaria Group, and Ujiri came to see me on this, a household name in global basketball and sports development to develop a modern arena and entertainment district within Nairobi Railway City, just a few minutes from here. We will be putting up an arena there. And today, in this conference, Your Excellency, we will also be signing a contract with another group to deal with another arena in the Bomas of Kenya so that we can build this as a hub for entertainment in our region. This is an investment of close to $130 million to support development of modern purpose indoor arenas across our nation. Together, these initiatives are expected to strengthen Nairobi's position as a regional MICE, creative and investment hub, while creating thousands of jobs and opening new opportunities for African youth. Let me conclude this. I know we are all pressed for time. To say how we appreciate my colleagues who are here. Thank you very much for finding time to share this moment with us in Nairobi. You can count on our support, you can count on our goodwill, and we are going to continue to build spaces that will make sure that we take this forward in the coming weeks. I was very impressed to see the numbers that Mosepe said. 2.5 billion people watched AFCON in Morocco. Did you mean Morocco or Kenya? So what do you estimate Kenya to be? So we are waiting. 6.9, 6.1 billion, 4.2 billion, digital followers. So we are looking forward to that next year, right here in Nairobi, as we share the moment with our sister countries, Tanzania and Uganda. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Excellency, President Ruto, Excellency, President Boko of Botswana, President Faye of Senegal, and President Macron of France. We've heard our Excellencies loud and clear. The time is now, the place is Africa. Thank you for your vision, your commitment to harness the power of sports to build a better future for our continent. Thank you all as well in the audience. Good afternoon.
From the top. Tunisia speaker, Mashito. Fire, we light it up.
Hello? Yes, hello. Hello everyone, the main stage is going to continue, so please, could you leave or take a seat? Thank you. The main stage is going to continue. Could you please take a seat or leave? Thank you. The main stage is going to continue. Please take a seat or leave the space. Ok. C'est pas grave, on va faire ça. Attends, il y a mon portable.
Opa.
Attention, mettez-vous en dehors, là, qu'on ne gêne pas. Ouais.
Okay, we are the boys to your excellencies. Yes, the boys are coming. Yes, there's 5 kilometers. The boys too are coming.
Your Excellency, we have one of our deputy admin who is going to run 700 kilometers from Nakuru in August, together with you to talk about peace, education,
700 kilometers.
from Nakuru in 7 days.
7 days.
We are trying for us to
Very good.
So please don't lose one another and don't lose our cars.
On your marks.
I'll count to 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Allez.
All right, Your Excellencies, we are moving to the basketball court, Your Excellencies, where our coaches, our players will demonstrate to you several drills. Your Excellencies, you will also be handing over awards to the different winners in the boys and the girls categories. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our presidents here going to the football court. And the football court has one former professional basketball player, that is Ahmed Tawfiq, who is here with us. We also have Nairobi City Thunder players. Those, of course, are the champions of the Kenyan Premier League, who are right here to welcome you, Excellency. We also have the CEO of NBA Africa, that is Claire Akamanzi. We also have the NBA Africa Country Director, Michael Finley. We also have some of our top basketball players, including Ariel Okara, Jerry Ogeshi, Iran Dean. Your Excellency, you say hello to Ahmed Tawfiq. He's a former
It's a pleasure to meet you.
professional player from Benin.
Vous demain, ça va très bien. Je suis content là, je lâche pas, comme vous voyez, Monsieur le Président. On reste dedans et merci pour ce que vous faites pour la jeunesse. Merci de croire autant en moi. On est plus à travers l'Afrique et on va continuer à se battre pour la jeunesse et pour les rapports entre nos deux continents. Franchement, merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. At this juncture, we'd like to request, of course, the opening of the basketball court so the Excellencies can be able to see a drill by our teams, coaches, bringing your players, of course, here. And of course, I will allow the country director of NBA Africa, Michael Finley, right here, of course, to engage. This is the CEO of NBA Africa, Claire Akamazi, and country director of NBA Africa, Michael Finley. Our teams, of course, who are here to do the drills.
Kindly clear the court. Let's clear the court.
And the teams, of course, for the basketball to come over. It is your time to shine. We have the Excellencies here. You never know. President Macron, President William Ruto, and President Diomaye Faye might want to play basketball. You just never know. Your Excellency. All right.
So just to give you context, Your Excellencies, these are kids from the basketball experience, a program sponsored by the France government, and it has been implemented in Senegal, and Kenya is the last destination where the basketball experience is being implemented.
All right, Your President, Excellencies, we have drills that you'll be able to watch from our young boys and girls who have benefited from the basketball experience program, a program, of course, that has been supported by the French Development Agency, that is APT, and also NBA Africa, and implemented by the Kenya Red Cross. Your Excellencies, those are layups. And Your Excellencies, these boys and girls already played several matches, and it will be our humble request, you'll be awarding the winners in the boys and the different categories. They'll be happy, of course, to receive that trophy from you. Those trophies and medals will make their way here.
And just to give context to Your Excellencies, the basketball experience has been supported by the French government in partnership with the NBA. It has been implemented in Senegal. Kenya is the last destination, and the government of Kenya has been very instrumental in making it successful. Many kids have benefited, those living with disabilities. There are many courts that have been upgraded and many lives that have been changed. So in Kenya we say, Asante sana, merci beaucoup.
And Your Excellency also, these players, we have also those who have hearing impairments who have been included in these teams. So there is an inclusion component under the basketball experience where those with hearing impairment, physical impairment, and visual impairment are given an opportunity to play basketball. And that's why, of course, that relationship, NBA Africa, the French Development Agency, through the implementation of the Kenya Red Cross, they get an opportunity to play this game. Recently, Your Excellency, you are aware, at the Isinya School of the Deaf in Kajiado County, recently through the PS, Jacob Fikirini, they launched that program whereby this visually impaired and physically impaired are given an opportunity to play this game. So thank you, of course, to France for this kind of collaboration. Right now, I know Your Excellencies you like to play basketball, but we'll request at this time to call the winners. Blue team in the girls category have won gold, and of course we'll request that particular trophy or that presentation of the award. Blue team girls have received gold after winning their matches that were played right here at the University of Nairobi.
As you can see, they are very excited.
Blue team in the girls category as we bring the trophy. And as the blue team comes,
A round of applause to them, please.
round of applause. That is the trophy, Your Excellency. The orange team, team number in the boys category, has won.
It's the girls' team.
A round of applause for them. Yes, they have taught the president a new sign language.
Well done to the team. Congratulations, Your Excellency. 51,000 boys and girls, Your Excellency, have benefited from basketball experience. 51,000 in 128 schools across Kenya. Thank you to France and Kenya relationship. So let's call up orange team in the boys category. Orange team, thank you very much. For the blue team, well done, congratulations. A coffee, and of course claps to our blue team. Let's call the orange team in the boys category on the photo session. Oh yes, it's very important for this photo session.
The visitors move back to allow the photo session and clear the way also for the drone. We will have some nice drone shots.
The presidents are having a photo with the winner, blue team girls in basketball.
Let's take a step backward, everyone. One step backward, please. One step backward.
Smile for the camera. This is being streamed.
I'd like our dignitaries to also look at the sky.
Media, we request you to move just behind because so you can get enough space to get that beautiful photo. Media tunaomba, we request you to move behind. You will get a good picture from a distance. Media, we request you to remove behind tafadhali. Thank you very much. Blue team in the girls category in basketball. Right now I'd like to call the orange team in the boys category. Orange team in the boys category to receive their award from President of the Republic of Kenya, President of the Republic of France, and the President of the Republic of Senegal. We request, of course, the Excellencies to award the trophy. So we request the President of France Your Excellency Emmanuel Macron to award this particular award to the Orange Team boys, team in basketball.
Captain Orange Team.
That's the award.
Captain Orange Team. Round of applause.
Well done. Congratulations. Smile for the camera, Your Excellency. A photo. Asante sana, Kenya Basketball Federation President Hilmi Ali for actually handing that trophy to me. Let's have a photo. A full photo with the Excellencies.
Okay, media, one step behind.
All right. Please, journalists, we request you to move behind to get a good photo. All right. We are happy. The Secretary General of Kenya Basketball Federation, together with the President, are here with the Excellencies, with the boys winners, that is the Orange Team here at the Africa Forward Summit 2026 sports demonstrations. Smile for the camera is very important for us. We request after this photo, we move to the football pitch, where also we'll do the demonstrations after your photos. Let's get to the football pitch. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Let's move to the football pitch.
Please, only the leaders should enter the pitch.
Only the presidents are on the football pitch.
Only allow the presidents in the football field.
Only the presidents on the football pitch, the others on the perimeter, on the extremes. Tafadhali, only allow the excellencies on the football pitch. We also have former French star and player Claude Leroy, who most of you know very well in terms of coaching in Africa, one of the best coaches that Africa has ever had in the different countries. That's Claude Leroy, who is amongst us. Asante sana. We request them humbly our presidents.
Let us only let the presidents enter the pitch.
Thank you very much.
Only the presidents in the field. Kindly let us only let the presidents in the field.
Only the presidents.
Thank you very much.
And Your Excellency, you will interact with some of these boys.
For those who don't know, the president of France really loves football, and he would want to showcase their skills. There we go. A round of applause.
Kenya taking the football, passing to France, France passing to Senegal, Senegal wondering where the ball is going. That's a good touch by President William Ruto, a good touch there, of course, moving left. We wonder why our national team doesn't have strikers here, good players. Well done, Your Excellency.
Those on the track, please clear as the cross country are coming back.
Asante sana.
Those on the track, please clear the track too. The cross country are arriving.
Presidents, remember, of course, we had different teams. Teams from Football Mass, Alive and Kicking, International French School, and Gaza Sports and Development Center. Your Excellencies, they play different games, and we have winners. The winners, of course, Your Excellencies, will be able to award trophies, and of course, check that with them. I hope you will do the same when you're doing the penalty shootout. Football Mass Team B.
C'est fou, hein. On a lancé ce projet ensemble en 2016 au Nigeria. Et regardez maintenant, c'est encore là. Ça me fait plaisir. Bah oui, très bien, ça fait longtemps. On va faire le discours.
Football Mass Team B. Football Mass Team B. We request your presence here. And then after Football Mass B, French School B will be here. So Football Mass Team B, French School Team B.
We have the first cross country. We have the winners of the cross country arriving now.
All right.
So let's clear the track.
Tu as vu le président Diomaye?
All right, Football Mass Team B. Please the trophy now for the gold award that football master wins. So we are requesting for the trophy to be brought to us as the athletes are making their way to the finish line.
We actually have the first part of music of the night, but we will finish with football and then award the football.
Okay, we will start with the French Silver Award.
Il y a des athlètes qui arrivent là.
So, President, please award the silver. I'd like to request the President.
C'est top. Là, c'est l'arrivée des...
Des athlètes qui arrivent là.
This is French School Team B. They won silver, Your Excellency, in the football tournament that we played right here. So please, football French, walk towards Your Excellencies. Your Excellency, this is very wonderful.
Congratulations, you're the captain.
Well done.
Very good.
Congratulations.
Ça va?
Football Mass Team B. Football Mass is one of the football science organizations that engages in football.
Merci beaucoup. C'est vous qui avez gagné? Oui. Ah, bravo les gars. C'est bien, bravo.
All right, thank you very much.
Bravo. Bravo.
Well done. You might need a photo with the President.
Félicitations.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci coach.
President is requested to have a photo with the team. Friends from TV, have a photo with the President. Come with the trophy to have a photo.
Allez, venez, deux rangées.
Have a photo.
Voilà, la première rangée.
All right, let's have that photo then. Camera people to have their moment. And we request our VIPs also to have their seats as we wait for the athletic sequence of this particular.
Regarde, faut danser quand même.
This is the silver award.
Merci.
That is the football master. All right, thank you very much, friends of TV. Well done. Congratulations for winning silver in the football.
On a commencé avec nationalité française. Moi je suis Kenyan. Moi je suis Kenyan. Opinion, je suis Kenyan.
Ça fait un regard à trois.
On a commencé avec nationalité à l'école française.
Asante sana, congratulations for winning silver. Your Excellencies, I would request you to say that I want to take a photo with the team that won gold in this particular competition, and that is Football Mass. Please come, and please, Football Mass, come and say hello to the President. After getting to take a photo,
You won.
we are waiting for that gold trophy wherever it is. If it comes or not, we just want to have a photo session. This is the chairman, Excellencies. The trophy. This is a football master, Excellencies. These are the teams that won this particular tournament. And we request anyone person that gold trophy. We are requesting right now.
Yeah,
Well done. You can stand in front of Excellencies. Stand in front of the Excellencies and take a photo. Have a photo.
What's the green girl? What does it mean?
Some of you can close it and have a photo. Coach, please, for the photo. Right? There you are. Smile for that photo. Smile for the photo before you let's say the last one. Coach?
After this, we are requesting the masses to move to the pavilion as the president heads to the finish line of the cross country, where they will award the winners of the cross country.
At this juncture, Your Excellencies, after the players are left, we have gifts for you. We have footballs for you, Your Excellencies, our president from France, our president from Kenya, and also president for Senegal. We have super footballs being presented to us. Your Excellencies, the gifts of football are being presented to you.
So So we are experiencing the finish of the cross country. I'd like everyone to clear the track, please. Those walking on the track, there are things still arriving.
Yeah, the VIPs to please get clear the track, but others who are finishing the race. At this junction, now let us clear the track and football from people and also from the coordinating African Cup. Remember, Kenya is co-hosting the Africa Cup of Nations 2026 with Uganda and Tanzania. This Tanzania is a gateway for the presidents to manage the football gifts, the excellencies of football that will be used during the African Cup of Nations that Kenya is co-hosting that huge spectacle. Thank you so much, President of France. Thank you very much, President of Kenya, President of the Republic of Senegal. Presidents have been given the sign and receiving the text. Asante sana. Straight to back to Kenya and the 18th capital of Kenya. As they receive the text, the sign basketball, football, and athletics. We are waiting. Let it take time to make their way. In the athletics, would like
Yes, our leaders will go to the finish line of the cross country where they will award the marathon cross country winners.
in the men's category, the winner is Obadia. Number 2 is Dennis Kiko. And number 3 is Neshak. Your Excellency, be ready to award them their prizes. Obadia is number 1 in the men's category. Kiko, number 2, and Neshak, number 3 in athletics. In the ladies category, Lona Cherono, number 1, Ruth Chepto, number 2, and Ruth Cheruto, number 3. In the girls category, Lona Cherono, number 1, Ruth Chepto, number 2, Ruth Cheruto, number 3, as the winners or the top 2 in the races that are being done here at the cross country and Africa Forward Summit Sports. Right now, they are being awarded their gold medal, their silver medal, and their bronze medal by the Excellency, the President of Kenya, the President of France, and the President of Senegal.
Please take one step behind. All journalists, please take one step behind. Let's give it more space, please.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, for honoring this particular occasion and awarding our top athletes, Your Excellency. Asante sana for this occasion to engage the President's salute. Your Excellency.
Okay, please let us come to the finish line where you take the picture with your face.
Asante sana, Your Excellency.
We ask please come to the finish line.
We request everybody to remain where they are as we allow the Excellency President.
Please come to the finish line there, please. For the final picture. We are awarding the ladies the girls for
The winners in the ladies category. We are waiting for the medals for the ladies. They should be here. The presidents are engaging with them, talking to them.
C'est les coachs. Ah voilà.
No, it's not good. Yeah, why are you not last like that?
No, it's not good. No, it's not. No. Thank you. Clear the line. Watch.
Well done for nurturing and growing this talent. Congratulations and well done. That's a photo for many years. And of course, we put it as a portrait. Somewhere. Asante sana. Thank you, Excellency President. President William Ruto, thank you, President France, Macron, thank you, President of Senegal, Diomaye Faye, the award. You are awarded for athletes for men and women's category. Right now, we request as they are given their trophies. Keep on well done. Keep on glory. Asante sana. They were just short of time. They're supposed to go back to the business forum. We appreciate our winners to recognize our champions. Today, our champions will be there many years to come. Thank you very much.
Ah oui, c'est énorme. Et ça continue toujours. Merci pour votre soutien, monsieur le Président.
So on behalf of the Congress with the various destinations, before they go back to the main event.
Thank you very much, President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency William Ruto. Thank you very much, the President of France, Your Excellency Emmanuel Macron. And thank you very much, President of the Republic of Senegal, Diomaye Faye. Thank you very much, CS Cabinet Secretary for Sports, Creative Economy and Youth Affairs, Honorable Salim Huria. Thank you very much, the other CSs. Thank you, PS Elijah Mwangi, CBS, for really making this occasion a success. Ladies and gentlemen,
No, if they leave, we'll leave.
Mort, non non, ça va. Ouais, mais là, c'est un photographe avec un mec d'une délégation.
Your Excellencies, welcome to the closing of the official closing ceremony of the Business Forum, where we've had quite a number of engagements, and they will continue. So Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, and Your Excellency, Emmanuel Macron, President of the French Republic, welcome to the official closing ceremony of the Business Forum. We'll get right into it, and allow me, Your Excellencies, to start off with His Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, to come on stage to make his remarks. Let's give him a warm, warm clap as he's coming on stage. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you. Okay. Your Excellency, my good brother, Emmanuel Macron, President of the Republic of France and co-chair of the Africa Forward Summit 2026. Excellencies, heads of state and government, honorable ministers, captains of industry, distinguished delegates, business people, entrepreneurs, innovators, ladies and gentlemen, we gather here in Nairobi at a very defining moment for this continent of ours and for the future of global partnership. On behalf of the government and people of Kenya, I warmly welcome all of you to this city of Nairobi. Welcome. This city builds very strong foundations established by what was successfully done by Inspire and Connect Business Forum that was the precursor for this meeting we are having here today. Throughout today, engagements here, I am told, have been witnessed more productive business engagements and deliberations. We have witnessed connections. We have witnessed exchange. We have witnessed the power of culture, sports, enterprise, and people-to-people engagement coming together to reflect the growing dynamism of Africa-France cooperation. These interactions have reaffirmed our shared commitment to deepen economic collaboration, expand trade and investment, strengthen cultural ties, and advance a partnership grounded in mutual respect, shared prosperity, and common ambition. This forum has renewed the spirit of engagement between Africa and France and strengthened the foundation upon which a new era of strategic cooperation can now be effectively built. As business leaders, investors, innovators, and policymakers from Africa, France, and beyond gather here today, the depth of today's conversation and the quality of engagement have demonstrated one thing very, very clearly. The opportunities for collaboration between Africa and France are immense, diverse, and transformational. Africa continues to consolidate its position as one of the world's most attractive investment destinations, supported by improving macroeconomic fundamentals and sustained economic growth. In 2025, the continent recorded economic growth of 4.2%, up from 3.5% in 2024. This progress is being driven by stronger macroeconomic stability, expanding domestic demand, infrastructure development, increasing investment flows, demographic strength that we have in our young people, and the continued diversification of Africa's natural and economic resources. Together, these factors are enhancing the continent's competitiveness and reinforcing Africa's emergence as a strategic frontier for global business, industrial expansion, and long-term growth. This morning, my brother, President Macron, and I were in a youth summit right here in this compound. And I remember one young person saying, look, it's no longer looking west or looking east, it's looking forward. And forward is actually looking south. That's what I was told this morning. And I guess that's why we are in this great city of Nairobi, one of the diplomatic hubs in the global south. The success of Africa's continental integration agenda, as envisioned under Africa's continental free trade area, will depend on quality infrastructure, strategic investment, strengthened partnership, and joint ventures, expanding trade, and meaningful technology transfer capable of accelerating intra-Africa commerce and, of course, economic transformation. Regional economic blocs, including the East African Community, COMESA, and SADC, under the tripartite framework, present extraordinary opportunities for investment, industrial expansion, and regional value chain development. Together, these regional frameworks represent a combined market of more than 800 million people across 29 countries and account for 60% of Africa's gross domestic product. This is not only a market of scale, it is a market of momentum. Excellencies, the global economy is undergoing profound realignment. Supply chains are shifting. Capital is repositioning itself. Nations and industries alike are seeking resilience, sustainability, efficiency, and stability. Africa, and indeed Kenya, stands at the center of this transformation. Our strategic location, vibrant private sector, improving a macroeconomic environment, youthful and innovative workforce, and expanding green energy infrastructure continue to strengthen Africa's integration into global value chains and support regional industrialization. Kenya in particular has made significant progress in expanding export processing zones and special economic zones that continue to provide attractive incentives for investors and an enabling environment for business. We have also liberalized our foreign exchange regime, enabling investors to repatriate 100% of their profits while advancing innovative financing that is available for all our investors. Infrastructure fund that we have just established, National Infrastructure Fund. And I was having a conversation with President Macron on how we are going to raise resources in our continent. We have discussed, we will be having a serious meeting tomorrow on matters to do with international financial architecture. While it is okay, and we are having a big conversation on how to make the Bretton Woods institutions more representative, how to enhance the voice of our continent, how to leverage on our shareholding, we also must do something as a region and a continent. And I have asked my good brother to support us as we push for the new Africa financial architecture, which we will be proposing as we go to the G7. We remain a strategic gateway to both regional and continental markets of nearly 1.6 billion people in this continent. We now look ahead to the next phase of this engagement. Our task is clear: to translate the commitments and conversations emerging from this forum into tangible outcomes that deliver measurable impact in trade, investment, infrastructure, innovation, manufacturing, and sustainable development. Our geography, ladies and gentlemen, and our history, our culture, our shared aspirations for inclusive prosperity provide a powerful foundation for deeper and more enduring cooperation under the Africa Forward framework. That partnership has deepened in recent years. And I want to thank my good friend, President Macron, for having the courage to recalibrate the relationship between France and Africa. You know, and I want to tell President Macron that what you have done is the right thing to recalibrate our relationship. You understand very well that this is a continent of tremendous opportunity, resources, and wealth. And what we are doing as leaders in this continent is not to look for aid anymore. It's not to look for loans anymore. We want to have a balanced conversation. We want to have a mutually beneficial conversation. And this conversation is going to be about investment. We have ideas, we have resources, we have assets, we have our human resource, and we are ready to engage in a manner that is beneficial to France and is beneficial to us. We no longer want a relationship that is one-sided. And this is why this France-Africa Summit in Nairobi is different. We are shifting. The reason why it is being held in an Anglophone country is because we want inclusivity. We want those of us who are Anglophone to feel as part of this relationship as those who are Francophone, because we are one continent and we are one people. And we want that relationship to be a relationship of shared responsibility. We too have responsibilities, the same way our partners and friends have responsibilities. So we must appropriate our responsibilities. We must do our part as everybody else does their part. So congratulations, my good friend Macron. We will be going to the G7. And I will be asking my brother, as the leader of the G7 from June this year, to help us position this continent appropriately. We want two very important things. Number one, we want a functioning, representative, fair, international financial architecture. One that recognizes our opportunities, one that does not unfairly judge African economists. We want a fair credit rating mechanism that does not disadvantage our economies. And we will prosecute our case and do so efficiently. Number two, we want to make sure that the global financial architecture respects the voice of 1.4 billion people living in this continent. For far too long, we were part of others. We do not want to be part of others. We are a people, we are nations, and I know that President Macron is going to stand with us. I normally tease him, and I normally tell him, when he speaks, he's the only person in the G7 who speaks the language of Africans. And Mr. President, I say this without fear of any contradiction because I have engaged with you and I know where you stand. So I want to say to all of you, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen in this room. Now listen, the business people. You guys have a lot of money. You know? You guys are stranded with a lot of money, and we are stranded as, in government with a lot of projects. We must find the mechanism that leverages on private sector resources, on pension funds, and on money that's available in our insurance companies to drive programs and projects of transformation in our continent. We have huge resources. I want you to listen to me. We have huge resources in our pensions, running into trillions. We have huge resources with our insurance companies, running into trillions, but they fear to invest in public projects because they think it is risky. Now listen to me. We are developing a mechanism together with the Africa Development Bank, Afri-Exim Bank, Trade and Development Bank, Africa Finance Corporation, RTD, and I remember discussing this with President Macron yesterday, so that we can have a mechanism that will de-risk our public projects and enable you, private sector, pension funds, and insurance companies to invest in public projects. That is how we are going to grow this continent. Continuing to depend on the resources of others and expecting that they will make them available at concessional rates will be a waiting game in vain. So we need to think. That is why in Kenya, we have already established the National Infrastructure Fund. We already have the first $1 billion in the National Infrastructure Fund. And this is a fund that we established 4 months ago. In another few months, maybe a month or two, we will have another $2 billion. And we want to leverage the $3 billion that we are going to put in that fund to raise $30 billion to run our infrastructure programs. That is how transformation is going to be undertaken in this continent. You know, we're not going to be waiting for resources from others. And finally, let me say this. As we work with the private sector, we want the private sector to develop confidence. We now have an opportunity, and I want to talk to the private sector people who are sitting here. I hope my good friend Aliko Dangote is in the room, or right there. We have an infrastructure project for the development of an East African refinery. Dangote tells me that is going to cost anywhere between $16 billion and $20 billion. That East African facility, East African refinery facility, is an investment that the government of Kenya, the government of Uganda, the government of Tanzania, we have agreed that we want to develop a facility that is going to assist us with our fuel products. We do not want to be held hostage anymore by the Strait of Hormuz. We do not want to be held hostage by wars that are started by other people. We have our own resources here, and we are saying we are going to use our African resources to industrialize our region. And that is why we have asked Aliko Dangote here to do a research. We have the port of Tanga, we have the port of Mombasa, we have the port of Lamu, and the rest in between. Wherever they will find the most suitable location. From our perspective, because the crude pipeline was going to Tanga, we thought that is the best location. But we will not dictate to Aliko Dangote and the investors. But I want to also tell Aliko, and all the other guys, you are not going to invest alone. Governments are also going to invest, so that when you make the money, we also make the money. Right? And we are going to invest so that we can de-risk that investment. I am going to use resources from my National Infrastructure Fund to invest in the refinery, so that we can share in the profits that come, and we can assist our private sector to de-risk the investments they are going to put in these projects and make those projects viable and make them cost-effective. Let me give you another opportunity. We are building a new airport in Nairobi. It's going to cost us around $1.5 billion. There is an opportunity for investment. Are there any business people in this room? Or these are tourists? They are right here. Yes, I can see them here. So there is an opportunity for you to invest with us. Government of Kenya is going to put in 20%, bring the rest of the money, let's build the airport, and everybody makes money, right? So this is how we want to take things forward. That is how we are going to build public infrastructure. That is how we are going to use private-public partnership to drive African transformation. And that is what we are going to do going forward. Let me conclude this by saying that we need to mobilize domestic resources. I will give you an example. We have mobilized in the last 3 years $4 billion and built a whole housing ecosystem without borrowing a cent from any bank, not from the World Bank, not from IMF, not from anybody. There is opportunity for us to mobilize domestic resources. And we want to work with the private sector to see how we can do that in a way that benefits everybody. I run the risk of doing a lecture because I'm at the Nairobi University, where I spend all my time reading. But let me stop there and say thank you very much and welcome to Nairobi. Great. Now it's my moment to invite my good friend and brother, the President of France, Emmanuel Macron.
Thank you, Mr. President. Dear William, Mr. Prime Minister, ministers, please. Ministers, ambassadors, business leaders, I'm extremely happy to be here and thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. President, not just for welcoming us and hosting this very important meeting, a premiere, but co-chairing as well this Africa Forward Summit. I will switch in French. Monsieur le Président, Mesdames, Messieurs, nous sommes très heureux avec le Président de pouvoir conclure, même si je sais qu'il y a encore beaucoup de prises de parole. Aliko et plusieurs de ses collègues devaient ici aussi prendre la parole et évoquer la suite, et tout ça va se poursuivre. Mais je voulais ici dire quelques mots, quelques convictions dans la continuité, le droit fil du président Ruto, mais déjà que vous puissiez mesurer collectivement ce que représente ce sommet. Normalement, quand il y avait un sommet Afrique-France, ça s'appelait comme ça s'appelait pas Africa Forward, et on commençait par les chefs d'État et de gouvernement. Il y avait marginalement l'implication des décideurs économiques. On pouvait faire des forums d'affaires peut-être à part, mais c'était essentiellement dans la main des dirigeants. Et de manière un peu préécrite. Ce sommet Africa Forward, tel qu'il a été conçu, a mis d'abord la jeunesse au cœur. On était ce matin avec le président Ruto auprès des jeunes, et on a parlé jeunesse, culture et créativité, sport, énergie, santé, digital, agriculture. Et vous avez tenu tout aujourd'hui un business forum inédit qui, autour de Inspire and Connect Africa Forward, a permis des rencontres d'affaires, je vais y revenir, mais de porter aussi la voix des chefs d'entreprise, des investisseurs que vous êtes, des dirigeantes et dirigeants d'entreprises de tout le continent de France et d'Europe, de manière inédite pour demain notre sommet. Puisque tout ça se continuera avec une représentation de certains d'entre vous qui viendra échanger dans un moment complètement inédit avec les chefs d'État et de gouvernement qui seront présents demain. Alors pour ça, je veux remercier très chaleureusement d'abord, évidemment, nos hôtes kenyans, l'université, l'ensemble de vos équipes, Monsieur le Président et des ministères, merci infiniment. Et les co-organisateurs BPI France, Business France, Proparco, et tous ensemble, vous avez su créer ce moment absolument inédit. Donc bravo à vous et merci. Je veux évidemment remercier à leur côté l'ensemble des entrepreneuses et entrepreneurs qui se sont mobilisés, nos organisations professionnelles, le MEDEF, les CCI France Internationale, les CCEF, le CIAN ou encore Alpha, tous pour leur mobilisation, nos volontaires aussi, pour avoir permis cette journée avec vous et permettre aussi la journée de demain et toute la suite. Un grand merci à toutes et tous. Africa Forward, Inspire and Connect, ce sont, et c'est pour ça que ce lieu est presque débordant d'énergie, on attendait 2000, 2500 personnes au début. Vous êtes près de 7000, ça ne s'est jamais vu. Il n'y a jamais eu un tel forum d'affaires à ce niveau-là, avec autant de participants. C'est une formidable mobilisation avec des grands témoins issus du monde économique, de l'entrepreneuriat, de la société civile, avec des experts de tous horizons qui ont nourri les 32 panels organisés autour de 4 agoras, Build, Produce, Trust, Innovate, et 6 sessions qui se sont tenues à huis clos. Près de 7000 participants, plus de 700 rencontres d'affaires organisées. C'est ça le résultat de ce moment inédit, avec là aussi des résultats absolument uniques qui sont en train de changer les choses. Alors vous l'avez dit, Président, et je crois qu'on se retrouve ici ensemble tous les deux parce que nous portons la même vision. Le partenariat entre la France et l'Afrique, il a des fondations solides. Beaucoup d'entreprises les portent ici. 64 milliards d'euros d'échanges commerciaux annuels, 50 milliards d'euros d'investissements directs français en Afrique, auxquels s'ajoutent des investissements africains en croissance constante en France, 1 million d'emplois créés par les entreprises françaises sur le continent, 5 milliards d'euros de transferts annuels de la diaspora. Ne jamais les oublier. Et depuis 10 ans, notre relation s'est profondément transformée sur la base justement de ce que le Président a pu évoquer et de ce en quoi nous croyons très profondément. Et au fond, il y a un regard qui a changé, le Président l'a dit très bien, qu'on est en train de changer, que les entreprises françaises sont en train de changer, il faut encore accélérer. Que dans les commentaires en France, je ne sens pas toujours assez et je n'entends pas assez, que parfois, dans certains pays francophones d'Afrique, je n'entends pas assez. On dit la France est en train de disparaître, elle se désintéresse de l'Afrique. Non, pas du tout. Mais la relation change, et heureusement. La France, depuis 25 ans, elle est bousculée en Afrique. Et c'est normal, et c'est très bien. Et c'est très bien. Et elle est bousculée, pourquoi ? Parce que pendant trop longtemps, trop de monde, il faut le dire, dans les grandes entreprises comme dans les administrations, pensait qu'il y avait un précaré. Non, on est français, tout nous est ouvert. Ben fini. Les Chinois sont arrivés, les Turcs, les Américains, beaucoup d'autres, et beaucoup d'autres Africains, et on dit on est plus compétitifs que vous, on est meilleurs que vous, et ils ont pris des parts de marché. Et des pays qui se sont développés ont donné ces parts de marché à des gens qui étaient plus compétitifs que nous. Et alors ? L'Afrique se développe de manière inédite. C'est le continent le plus dynamique au monde. L'année dernière, plus de croissance que l'Asie du Sud-Est. C'est un continent où il y a plus d'1 milliard de jeunes de moins de 30 ans. Il faut juste que nous, et c'est ce qu'on fait ces dernières années, Français et Européens, on se réveille. Et on s'est réveillé. L'AFD s'est remobilisée avec elle dans ce partenariat avec BPI France, tout ce qu'on a fait ces dernières années. Les Choose Africa, Digital Africa, nos passeports, talents, tout ce qu'on a fait pour que la jeunesse, nos diasporas aillent beaucoup plus vite, beaucoup plus fort. Et puis on s'est réveillé, on a dit on veut reconquérir des parts de marché dans l'Afrique francophone, mais on veut aussi en conquérir dans l'Afrique lusophone, anglophone, parce que l'Afrique n'est qu'un continent. Mais pas parce que c'est un droit, parce qu'on veut être les meilleurs. Et on doit changer la logique. Et le président Ruto l'a dit formidablement. Ce que demande le continent africain, ce n'est pas qu'on vienne donner de l'aide. Ils veulent qu'on vienne investir. Ils ne veulent pas qu'on vienne expliquer ici ce qui est bon et qui correspond à notre offre, parce qu'on aurait, nous, on est très bon dans tel et tel domaine, on va vous expliquer, vous en avez besoin, vous ne l'aviez pas compris, on arrive. Ça ne marche plus. Il faut co-construire avec le continent africain et dire où est-ce que le business veut se développer, dans l'énergie, dans les infrastructures, dans l'éducation, dans l'agriculture, dans la santé, et ensemble, on co-investit, on coproduit. Cette révolution conceptuelle, c'est celle qu'on a mise en marche ces dernières années. Quand il y a eu le Covid, tout de suite on s'est engagé. J'ai appelé le président de, c'était Moussa Faki à l'époque, de la Commission de l'Union africaine. On a fait ensemble un bureau de l'Union africaine et on a lancé une plateforme pour produire en Afrique des diagnostics, des tests et commencer à produire des vaccins. William s'en souvient, on a lancé des projets ici, on en a lancé en Rwanda, on en a lancé en Afrique du Sud, chez notre frère Cyril, et des entreprises africaines et européennes ont développé ensemble des productions. Parce que le continent africain en avait marre juste de recevoir nos médicaments produits ailleurs, parce que la réalité était la suivante, l'Afrique c'était 20% des besoins de vaccins, 1% de la production de vaccins. Et c'est ça qu'on est en train de bouger. Et de la même manière, quand on a lancé au Nigeria, avec mes frères chefs d'entreprise que je vois ici, des initiatives nouvelles dans les industries culturelles et créatrices, dans l'énergie, dans le digital, on l'a fait en coproduction. Parce que les Nigérians nous ont dit, c'est bon, nous on sait faire. Mais venez nous aider pour mieux intégrer, et être mieux intégrés dans la CEDEAO. Parce que être en partenariat avec des entreprises du monde francophone comme les vôtres, c'est intelligent pour nous, pour mieux travailler avec la Côte d'Ivoire, avec le Sénégal, et aller plus loin dans l'intégration régionale. Et donc, toute la stratégie qu'on mène depuis 10 ans, c'est une stratégie de réveil, de changement de regard, de respect, de partenariat mutuel, qui dit, 1, nos diasporas en France sont une chance. On a des millions de jeunes qui ont des origines africaines, on veut qu'elles se démultiplient ici. 2, on veut que nos entreprises françaises, les emplois, les embauches, pour être en quelque sorte des accélérateurs de croissance sur le continent. 3, ce continent a toutes les clés en main. On veut l'aider, on veut co-investir avec lui et sortir de la logique verticale pour être dans une logique d'égalité partenariale, de co-investissement. Et 4, on veut bâtir ensemble ces solutions d'avenir. Parce que les solutions d'avenir se feront pour ce continent avec sa jeunesse. Et on l'a vu ce matin, le président le rappelait, le mobile payment, il a été inventé ici, s'est développé beaucoup plus vite en Afrique que sur le continent européen. Et nos amis kenyans le savent, comme nos amis marocains le savent formidablement, eux aussi. Tout ça, c'est ce qui est au cœur de Africa Forward. C'est un changement de regard et un changement de logique. Et donc, je voulais simplement vous annoncer aujourd'hui que, à travers cette mobilisation, tout ce qui a été fait, il y a des résultats très concrets pour le continent africain. Aujourd'hui, par votre mobilisation et ce qui a été fait, ce sont 23 milliards d'euros d'investissement annoncés pour le continent africain. 23 milliards d'euros. Ces 23 milliards d'euros, c'est 14 milliards d'euros d'entreprises françaises qui sont là, des grands groupes, des ETI, des PME, qui investissent 14 milliards d'euros sur le continent, et je salue tous leurs dirigeants qui sont là présents, qui investissent 14 milliards d'euros, évidemment au Kenya, mais dans tous les pays ici présents, ici, et qui vont créer plus de 250 000 emplois directs en France et en Afrique. Et à côté de ça, c'est 9 milliards d'euros d'investissement d'entrepreneurs et d'investisseurs africains en Afrique qui se sont mobilisés. C'est inédit et c'est exactement la plateforme de mobilisation dont nous avions besoin, dont on a besoin et qu'on veut accélérer. Donc, immense applaudissement pour vous tous ici, pour ce résultat extraordinaire. Et moi, je veux remercier vraiment les entreprises françaises qui sont mobilisées, qui sont là. On a beaucoup parlé d'Orange, on a vu tout à l'heure Canal+, on a vu Biomérieux, on a les entreprises qui sont dans le secteur, en effet, aussi de la santé, Castel et d'autres, Sidovica. Et dans tous les secteurs, on a des entreprises, je ne veux pas faire de jaloux, on a des entreprises familiales, on a des groupes cotés, on a des PME, vous avez joué le jeu de manière extraordinaire. On a des entreprises de tous les territoires qui sont là, qui sont développées. Mais je suis très heureux que vous soyez là, aux côtés de grands dirigeants, malgaches, béninois, sénégalais, nigérians, marocains, et qu'ensemble vous construisiez des projets. Parce que c'est exactement ça l'avenir. Et je voulais vous dire que tout ça, je le conçois aussi dans un rapport totalement réciproque. Avec Boger le sait, on a fondé avec Jean, quelques autres, Tony était là aussi, on pense à Gilbert, à Mike, on a tous les amis qui sont là, le professeur Abiou était avec nous ce matin pour la villa, et Aliko aussi. On a fondé ce conseil africain franco-nigérian. Le Nigeria était au cœur de Choose France. Il y a 2 ans, 3 ans, 4 ans, il le sera encore. Et ce que je voulais vous dire dans le rapport bilatéral, c'est que je veux qu'il y ait plus d'investisseurs africains en France aussi. On n'est pas juste là pour venir investir sur le continent africain à vos côtés, mais on a besoin que les grands leaders d'entreprises africains viennent investir en France. Et c'est ça aussi qui fonde cette relation, maintenant totalement décomplexée. Parce que c'est aussi un changement du regard, c'est aussi une réalité. Il y a aujourd'hui des investisseurs, des entrepreneurs sur le continent africain extraordinairement innovants, extraordinairement ambitieux, qui nous aident à changer la France et qui nous aident à créer des emplois industriels dans notre pays. C'est une immense fierté et c'est la clé de ce partenariat réciproque, juste, dont William a parlé il y a un instant. Et donc vraiment un immense bravo pour ces investissements, ce qui a été fait. Et je voudrais finir en répondant au président Ruto pour ce qu'il a dit et ce qu'on va faire demain et à Évian. Vous avez à la clé ces dizaines de milliards d'investissements, ce changement de la perspective qu'on a su faire durant ces 10 dernières années ensemble, mais on veut aller plus loin. Et si on est honnête, quels sont les défis aujourd'hui pour que l'Afrique soit au rendez-vous de sa réussite entrepreneuriale? On les connaît. 1, l'éducation. Franchement, ce qu'a fait le Maroc, c'est une révolution incroyable. Je le dis ici, Monsieur le Premier ministre, mais ce que vous avez fait sous l'autorité de Sa Majesté le Roi est un modèle pour le continent, formation primaire, secondaire et universitaire, avec des résultats, c'est là qu'on voit les choses, c'est parmi les meilleurs résultats dans notre école polytechnique, les jeunes qui sortent de chez vous. Et donc, c'est un modèle extraordinaire. Le Kenya est en train de faire des choses absolument formidables. Le Nigeria est en train de faire des choses formidables, on le voit ici. Et c'est d'ailleurs pour ça qu'on a commencé la journée avec le président, avec un investissement de l'Agence française de développement dans l'ingénierie, l'IA, avec sa clé, avec l'AFD, dans cet alma mater du président Ruto. L'éducation, l'éducation, l'éducation. 2, l'énergie. Vous avez cette bataille. On a besoin que le continent africain transforme son énergie. Et il y a des trésors extraordinaires. Des trésors d'hydroélectricité. Je pense à la République démocratique du Congo, avec des entrepreneurs qui sont là, des grands projets qui sont en train de se bâtir, en RDC et au Congo-Brazza. Je pense aussi aux grands hydrocarbures. L'Algérie a un potentiel de développement extraordinaire, avec là aussi des investisseurs, des entrepreneurs qui peuvent faire de l'Algérie l'un des Eldorado de demain pour les transitions par le gaz, pas simplement pour le continent africain, mais toute la Méditerranée. Et vous avez dans beaucoup de vos pays la volonté de développer le nucléaire civil, et on veut être des partenaires de cela. Et donc l'énergie, c'est un formidable levier de transformation. Vous avez des grands entrepreneurs de l'énergie ici, on veut être des partenaires de ce développement. La troisième chose, ce sont les infrastructures. Ça a été très bien dit. Des infrastructures du numérique, les infrastructures de transport, les infrastructures d'énergie, le grid là aussi. C'est une clé pour développer l'économie de vos pays. C'est une clé pour la souveraineté du continent africain. Et c'est là d'ailleurs où nous avons exactement le même défi. On a commencé la journée comme ça avec le président. C'est que nous aussi, on veut notre propre souveraineté sur nos infrastructures comme vous. Éducation, énergie, infrastructure, structuration de l'économie. C'est le 4e défi. L'un des grands défis de l'Afrique, on le sait, c'est qu'il y a énormément d'emplois qui se créent, mais beaucoup trop dans l'économie informelle. Et donc, il faut aider les entreprises du continent africain à structurer, en améliorant la gouvernance, en permettant de grandir, en permettant, ce faisant, de payer de meilleurs salaires, d'intégrer le système bancaire et le financement pour permettre à plus de ménages en Afrique, jeunes ou moins jeunes, d'accéder à un logement durable, aux services primaires que sont l'éducation et à la santé et au bon développement. La capacité à faire de l'économie africaine une économie plus formelle, elle est clé. Et c'est là où on doit aider vos gouvernements, les accompagner dans la structuration de ces stratégies. Et le 5e et dernier, et je suis sans doute incomplet, mais c'est les 5 auxquels je tenais, c'est pour réussir ça, il faut de l'investissement massif. Massif, public et privé. Et cette stratégie d'investissement, c'est celle qu'on est en train de mener. Et donc vous avez en quelque sorte fait votre part avec les annonces d'aujourd'hui, les 23 milliards d'euros d'investissement venant de la France, du continent africain pour l'Afrique. Mais ce qu'on veut faire demain et au G7, c'est de structurer un cadre d'investissement pour le continent africain. Il n'y a aucune raison aujourd'hui pour qu'il y ait si peu d'investissements privés qui viennent sur un continent plein d'énergie et de jeunesse comme le vôtre. Et donc dans ce continent, si on veut réussir à monter la chaîne de valeur, qui est le cœur des défis, si on veut réussir la montée dans l'économie formelle, l'Afrique est un continent où on ne doit pas simplement extraire les matières et les minerais, on doit les transformer, on doit créer de l'industrie, on doit avoir une agriculture intelligente pour la structurer et avoir toutes ces opportunités. Si on veut ça, il faut de l'investissement massif. Pour ça, il faut qu'on arrive à résoudre la question du rating des pays et de beaucoup des entreprises et de la notation. Et il faut qu'on arrive à résoudre le traitement du risque pour les investisseurs, souvent non africains, et parfois certains investisseurs africains. Il y a 6 ans ensemble, on a lancé à Paris, 5 ans, c'était le sommet pour le financement des économies africaines, on a bâti une stratégie d'émission des droits de tirage spéciaux du FMI pour les réallouer en Afrique. On a réussi notre pari, plus de 100 milliards de droits de tirage spéciaux ont été réalloués sur le continent africain. Initiative franco-africaine. Ça a permis avec le FMI de faire quoi? De développer des projets aux côtés des États de manière clé. Il y a eu une dizaine de programmes. C'était une première étape. Deuxième étape, à Paris, juillet 2023, William était là. On s'est battu, beaucoup de dirigeants étaient là. Le pacte de Paris pour les peuples et la planète. Et là, on a dit, il faut plus de leviers. Et on était tous les deux à une table ronde avec le président de la Banque mondiale, la directrice générale du FMI. On a dit, on augmente le levier pour que quand on met de l'argent du FMI et de la Banque mondiale, ça déclenche à chaque fois le même argent du privé. On a complètement transformé l'effet de levier. Il y a beaucoup plus d'argent privé qui est venu en déclenchement. Il reste un problème qu'on n'a pas résolu. Et on doit le résoudre entre demain et Evian. C'est qu'aujourd'hui, on n'a pas de vrais mécanismes qui garantissent les premières pertes. Et donc, on doit réussir à traiter la question de la notation de beaucoup d'États africains qui sont souvent sous B-, parce que le programme MIGA de la Banque mondiale a permis de rendre éligibles à des garanties jusqu'à B-, en dessous, fini. Donc il n'y a qu'une quinzaine d'États africains éligibles. Mais on doit réussir surtout à avoir des vrais mécanismes de première perte. Il y a beaucoup de mécanismes aujourd'hui qui prennent les deuxièmes pertes. Mais ça ne suffit pas. Ce qui fait qu'on a énormément de banques, de fonds d'investissement, d'entrepreneurs, parfois africains, mais surtout non africains, qui ne viennent pas investir ici. La solution existe. Et elle existe ici au Kenya, c'est APT. Et le président de la BAD est venu me voir il y a quelques semaines, m'a dit, il faut qu'on regarde avec ça, ça marche, c'est de la première perte. Donc nous, Français, on va co-investir à vos côtés, rentrer au capital d'APT, pour se mettre aux côtés de nos frères africains et de quelques autres, mais on va surtout structurer ensemble, demain avec nos frères africains et William, le tour de piste qui va nous permettre de faire d'ATD la vraie plateforme, le vrai mécanisme de garantie sur les premières pertes pour le continent africain. Et on va ensemble, tous les deux, aller à Évian à la mi-juin pour convaincre le G7 d'endosser cela et que toutes les économies les plus riches nous accompagnent pour mettre cette sécurité derrière. Voilà mes amis, je ne serai pas plus long, je vais arrêter là. En tout cas, on a senti toute la journée beaucoup d'énergie. Et je voulais vous dire combien on est fiers avec le président Ruto d'être à vos côtés. Et au fond de vous dire, l'avenir, c'est vous qui allez l'écrire. Les plus jeunes comme les moins jeunes, mais ceux qui portent l'avenir de ce continent, que vous soyez entrepreneuses, entrepreneurs, artistes, académiques, chercheurs ou chercheuses, journalistes, sportifs. Et avec ce forum, vous avez, je crois, ouvert une ère nouvelle. Mais avec ces 23 milliards d'euros d'investissement annoncés aujourd'hui, et tout ce qu'on va lancer, c'est une ère nouvelle qui s'ouvre. Et elle s'ouvre aujourd'hui à Nairobi, dans votre alma mater, Monsieur le Président, mon cher William, et il n'y aura plus de retour en arrière. On va ensemble coproduire, co-investir, co-inventer, parce que c'est le sens de la nouvelle relation entre la France, l'Europe, entre nous et le Kenya et tout le continent africain. Merci beaucoup.
A round of applause to His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto and His Excellency Emmanuel Macron. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Your Excellencies.
On y va avec détermination. C'est toujours un pour le savoir, deux pour le progrès. On y arrivera avec un peu d'espoir. On fait les choses parce qu'il ne suffit pas d'y croire. On y
Thank you.
va avec détermination. C'est toujours un pour le savoir, deux pour le progrès. Nous avons Dieu, avenir entre nos mains.
So for the benefit of the businessmen in the room, kindly note that we still have a panel discussion, and we have Aliko Dangote from Dangote Group, Dr. James Mwangi, Equity Bank Kenya, and Nezat Hayat from the Kingdom of Morocco in Mohammed VI Fund, who are going to be taking the stage shortly after this. So please don't go, don't leave the businessmen in the room. Kindly don't leave, as we are still going to have a panel discussion. And like I've mentioned, we have Aliko Dangote, Dr. James Mwangi, and Nezat Hayat, who are going to be taking the stage shortly after this. So I kindly request that we all maintain our positions as I call on Caro, who is going to be running and heading that session, which is going to take place very, very shortly. So please, let's maintain our positions. Thank you.
It's actually not a panel. Okay. They're just calling to keep the final.
Okay, I know you want to leave. We want to hear these final leaders of Dangote, James Mwangi, Tony Alimulu, and if the presidents are not in a hurry, they can hear the last word from the business sector. If I can have them up on the stage. Nazer, Samad, yeah. There's so much, but we can't do it all today, so we'll have the final words from, I know the presidents are trying to walk out, but they could listen to the final word if they're not in a hurry. But let me have James Mwangi, Dangote, Samad, Sidi, Christophe, Nicolas, Nicolas Dufour, and Christopher Lacoute. Agiboji, sorry if I pronounce your word badly.
Okay.
Christophe est là. Christophe le courtier en fait.
Okay, Christophe. Okay, just waiting for the music to die down. Okay, if we could have a moment of silence, please. You'll hear the last word from the business leaders and you don't want to miss this word.
Yes, I was told that you're in town.
So let me start at the very end with Tony Elimulu. Just tell us, what has the day meant? What are you doing? What should Africa do?
I think the presidents are, so sorry. My name is Tony Elumelu. I'm the founder of Airs Holdings. Airs Holdings, we invest in banking, oil and gas, hospitality, real estate. But for me, the presidents have said it all. I came here with one goal, to forge partnership with our friends from France. Why is it important? We need massive private global capital in Africa. And when the president of a G7 country moves, he moves the policymaker, he moves the entrepreneurs, investors. I'd like to see us address the infrastructure deficit we have in Africa. Improving access to electricity will help us fix unemployment and will help us address poverty in Africa. These things, poverty alleviation, youth empowerment, very critical for the development of Africa in the 21st century. And so for me, a forum like this offers that collaboration and opportunity for us to partner with our friends. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll just go in line, so because of the time.
Later on, me. No, first, yeah, business.
What's your question?
No,
No, we have a session.
Okay.
Three of
You have a
us.
session.
I can go ahead.
Okay. So, Nicolas?
1 minute.
Wait. No, I just wanted to, yes, my words are about the many projects that have been presented since this morning, and that we already have everything to succeed in what is for us, I mean, the most important endeavor, which is the Euro-African co-industrialization. But what we see, or what I've heard, is that we have the ideas, we have the financing, we have the leaders, we see ecosystems and value chains beginning to emerge. We see also public policies taking shape. But my conviction, I'll be very short, is that to succeed, there's only one solution, is to join forces, but more than that, invent a new way of working between the public and the private sector, between financiers and project leaders, between startups and multinationals, between stakeholders on both sides of the Mediterranean. You can count on AFD to fully commit to this endeavor. And as it's my first day here as CEO of AFD, you can sure I'll do everything I can to go in that direction.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that commitment. I'll leave these three, will be my last three, so I'll go to these three. What's your last word? Do you have a commitment, or what's the last word you'd like to tell the business community this evening?
My last word is that Africa doesn't lack resources.